Kim Kardashian was a drug mule. I mean, ecstasy. Oh my god. One time my friend had me go pick up ecstasy at this apartment and what if something happened? So Elwoods, right? And no, I'm being serious though. Katt Williams just revealed how Kris Jenner is using Kim Kardashian as a drug mule to sell drugs in Hollywood. This news came after millions of dollars worth of cocaine was seized in a ski shipment in Europe. This isn't the first time Kris Jenner has been accused of using Kim to her advantage. The tape with Ray J, Kris Jenner's secret church, and even a multi-billion-dollar fraud. We're exposing everything. A British truck driver was just sentenced to 13.5 years in prison after he smuggled a $9.4 million worth of cocaine in a truck full of SKIMS apparel. If you don't know SKIMS, that's Kim Kardashian's underwear and clothing brand. SKIMS says they had no connection to the crime, and you test all the products yourself. In other words, if it's a beauty product or something, you always test it. Oh, everything. Yes. Yes. I'm so hands-on. I'm so involved. I mean, to this day for SKIMS, I'm still our fit model. Ray J, Kim Kardashian's ex-boyfriend and probably the biggest reason she even became a celebrity in the first place, revealed that Kris Jenner is behind the recent cocaine smuggling operation. Border Force officers stopped Polish truck driver Jacob Jean Connell at the port of Harwich in Essex in September after arriving by ferry from the Netherlands. Officials said the truck was carrying 28 pallets of authentic SKIMS underwear and apparel. Investigators later uncovered 91-kilogram packages of cocaine concealed inside specially modified rear trailer doors. It is estimated that this cocaine was worth around $9 million. Now this is where it gets interesting. According to Ray J, this arrest is only the start and Kris Jenner is about to be arrested next. The FBI has already interviewed Kim and Kris is next. This federal RICO though on KK and Kris federal RICO are about to drop. Anybody know Kim and cool with Kim? They need to tell her now. The rain is coming. The feds is coming. The F is coming. There's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy. It's worse than Diddy. It's worse than Diddy. The feds are coming to investigate. Yeah, 'cause it's I can't be the dirty guy no more. This isn't even the first time that Kim Kardashian has been involved with accusations of drug use. Back in 2016, Kim posted a video on her Snapchat promoting her products. In the background of this video, you can clearly see lines of nose candy on Kim's table. Here's the interesting part. Even in this video, Kim was promoting SKIMS. And according to some investigators, Kim showed the nose candy in the background on purpose to promote it to other celebrities. Okay, guys. So, I'm so excited to show you our new kids drop on thekidsupply.com. So, I'm going to start snapping all of the new. Okay, guys. So, I'm so excited to show you our new kids drop on thekidsupply.com. So, I'm going to start snapping all of the new. Kim has also admitted to using ecstasy and says that she has been addicted to ecstasy for years. Even during her infamous tape and during her first marriage, Kim was high on ecstasy and allegedly didn't even know what was happening. What? Oh, high or something. Six Flags or yeah. I didn't know you got high. I got married on ecstasy. I had no idea. No, the first time I did ecstasy once and I got married, I did it again. I made a sex tape. Everything bad would happen. You were high on XY sex tape. Absolutely. Everyone knows it. My jaw was shaking. You're probably wondering why Kim's snitching on herself here. But according to Katt Williams, this is the norm in Hollywood. Drug use is extremely common, and most celebrities will abuse drugs right in front of each other. At least if you in the ATL and are doing drugs in the ATL, the at least excuse himself. Go to the bathroom or some in Hollywood just do the drugs right in front of you and act like ain't happened. You in the middle of a goddamn meeting. Yeah. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to do the movie with you, and then we're going to go back. Did you know that I can see you? You right there is on your nose. There are rumors that the drugs Kris Jenner provides to the rest of Hollywood might even have something to do with all the recent overdose deaths lately. Back in 2023, ketamine queen Jasmine Sangha was arrested. Josine provided drugs to some of the biggest names in Hollywood. The only problem, police reports claim that Jasmine was friends with major celebrities, but there was no proof. Allegedly, Jasmine was there just to take the fall. And the real ketamine queen is Kris Jenner. Let's turn to breaking news out of Los Angeles. the woman who admitted to illegally selling actor Mary Matthew Perry, rather the ketamine that killed him, has now been sentenced to 15 years in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. Jasmine Sangha, also known as the Ketamine Queen, is the third defendant to be sentenced. Last fall, she pleaded guilty to 5 federal charges related to Perry's 2023 overdose death. Joining us now, NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malice. So, Chloe, we know members of Perry's family were in the room, but we heard directly from Sangha. She addressed the court. What did she say? That's right. I'll read you some of that. She says, "My poor choices addiction led me here. I take full responsibility." She goes on to say, "Thank you for giving me the harshest reality check of my life." She says that this is something that she thinks about every single day. This is what prosecutors wanted. They wanted her to have 15 years in federal prison. She's been behind bars for a little under 2 years. Kris Jenner has been using Kim to make money for years now, and this drug business isn't even new. Ray J recently confirmed that after he and Kim Kardashian had the first tape done and it leaked, Kris Jenner asked them to shoot one more tape for safety, asking them to do it again and do it nastier. So it would go viral. This was all Kris Jenner's plan from the start, and she was forcing Kim to do whatever it took for fame. Kris doesn't care what happens to anyone as long as she makes money. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because it has to be distributed. So who's the mastermind behind that? That's all Kris Jenner. Wow. That's all her. There's a meetings of meetings that we met. Now here's the kicker. We almost done with the deal. Kris, I need you to shoot one more. No, she didn't. For safety. No. Shut up, Ray J. On my kids. What? I need you to shoot one more for safety. Here's where you're going to go to the Monasto in Santa Barbara. By Oprah's house. What? You're going to do it again, and you're going to do it nastier. Ray J, shut up. Ray J, I promise you, bro. No, Kris Jenner did not say that. What can I just say? I say I've known him for years. Have we ever talked about this? Never. Have we ever had this conversation? No, because it wasn't the right time. But what they're doing now? In fact, I was so mad at you the last time you were here because you were being tight-lipped and you weren't saying anything. Right? Go shoot a better one at the Montecito Hotel in Santa Barbara from Kris Jenner. From Kris Jenner. Now, mind you, I'm going to throw one allegedly out because I don't know what's true or not, bro. Because you know they going to sue. They suing, bro. They're not suing. They're playing. They're the cease and desist ain't even real. That's just a spook. That's just to spook you. I told Kris. And in case you needed proof that Ray J was telling the truth, TMZ actually leaked the contract he signed with Kris Jenner, giving Kris exclusive ownership of the tape and the amount she paid him to make it. Allegedly, Ray J was paid $6 million for the tape. Keep in mind that Kris literally sold her daughter's innocence for fame. Evidence has officially been released that Ray J was telling the truth about entering into a settlement agreement with Kim Kardashian and her mother Kris Jenner back in 2023. As you can see here, this is the bottom of the settlement agreement where their signatures are all listed. Now let me tell you what's actually in the settlement agreement. Now what's important to note is that the infamous Ray J and Kim Kardashian tape was a central part of this agreement. However, there was no admission to guilt by either party as per the agreement about how the tape was released or put out there. And in fact, it said that they would no longer be able to sue each other over the tape. Now, there are parts of the settlement agreement that are blacked out for obvious reasons, and one of those parts is the part where they talk about money. Now, if you remember, Ray J did say that they entered into a settlement agreement that was worth $6 million that basically said that neither one of them would talk disparagingly about one another in any way following this settlement agreement. And that is listed in the agreement. Some investigators have also looked into Kris Jenner's financial holdings and realized that she actually owns a church. If you know what kind of person Kris Jenner is, it doesn't really make sense for her to own a church. Well, that's until you realize that she's using the church to allegedly launder the drug money she makes from her other businesses. The Kardashians and Jenners don't really strike me as an overly religious group of people. So, Why did Kris Jenner found this church in California? Oh, okay. I see where this one's going. Because they're tax exempt. Gotcha. She really has a monthly membership fee of $1,000 to be a member of her church. And you have to give 10% of your income to it, a tithe, like we're in the Middle Ages. Fun fact, because a church is considered charity, all contributions to a church are 100% tax deductible. Also, they do not ever have to reveal their financial records. Wow. So, all of Kris Jenner's children tithe to the church, giving money effectively to their mother, who probably just kicks it straight back to them. Amazing. So, who runs the day-to-day here? Pastor Brad. Okay, he used to serve some of the fastest-growing congregations in the United States. Why'd he leave? You're cheating on his wife for 27 years. Plot twist. In 2008, he said he's not qualified to ever be a minister again. And then the next year, he officiated Khloe Kardashian's wedding after Kris Jenner found him out of Starbucks. So, none of them probably pay any taxes. Just to give you an idea of how deep this rabbit hole goes, the FBI actually investigated Kim Kardashian for being involved in a $4.5 billion fraud scheme. Kim took $250,000 from the mastermind of this fraud scheme and introduced him to other major celebrities so he could grow his network. I believe the Kardashians have actually made their fortune based off of money laundering. And I'm about to tell you why. Kim Kardashian was actually caught by the FBI, questioned, but never taken into custody. This right here on the right is Jolo. Jolo is one of the most successful scam artists that has ever lived. Jolo stole $4.5 billion from the Malaysian government after he was appointed the head of a taxpayer trust fund that was supposed to help revitalize Malaysia's economy. The FBI actually questioned Kim Kardashian where she told them 2011 during a backroom game of Baccarat. Mind you, it's very common for rich people to play games in backrooms and not in the main part of the casino. She stayed until the end of the night because she heard that Jolo would just gift you chips, and Jolo happened to gift her $350,000 in chips gift, to which the casino then gave her a trash bag full of ones, $250,000 in ones in trash bags. That doesn't seem like a very professional. Kanye realized all this years ago. He even accused the Kardashian family of being adult workers and claiming they traffic all of the black children that they strategically produce. He also specifically accused Kim of being an adult trafficker. Kanye was worried what being near Kim might do to his daughter north in Chicago. Kim's drug use is allegedly catching up to her. Last year, Kim had brain scans done, which revealed that she had low activity in her brain. This is a sign of extreme drug use and develops after years of severe substance abuse. What are those holes? Yeah, I don't like that. So, what the holes mean is low activity compared to this one. The front part of your brain is less active than it should be, with your frontal lobes as they work. Now, it would be harder to manage stress, and that's not good for you, especially as you're studying and you're getting ready to take the boards. Someone is providing drugs to all the major celebrities. And it doesn't matter if you arrest one person, another dealer will just take their place. These drugs aren't just things like nose candy either. There were reports that Sean Diddy Combs had GHB at his parties that had been laced into the baby oil. This is part of an organized operation and it's connected to Diddy's crimes. Okay, now we need alcohols, right? Alcohols, right? Not just one alcohol. Alcohols, right? Just different blend. You need the ladies, you need the booze, you need some water for watering plants, or no. I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave. Gotta keep them there, right? You need locks on the doors. This is sounding kind of dangerous now. It's a little kinky, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. Lot of heat. Heat. You mean physically? The place has to be hot. Yeah. Don't have no air conditioning. No air conditioning. Why is that? Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat. That just sounds disgusting. What do you find? Depends on the way you look at it. Depends. Oh, people start getting it gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you sexy. New word for you. They never found out who supplied the fentanyl to Prince. This is the death of one of the most high-profile musicians to ever live, and we still don't know who killed him. We don't know how he got these pills. We wanted the people that did this to admit it and take responsibility for it. That has to happen. There were many physicians along the way who enabled the addiction that led to his death. So there's plenty of blame to go around here. And yet we live in a world where the addict gets blamed for their disease and even their death. There are a lot of celebrity deaths that we've never solved, right? That we don't know who is responsible. There's been no accountability. If we held suppliers accountable for the deaths downstream from the drugs they supply, there would be a lot of people in serious trouble. Diddy even had his own drug mules. He was part of the same network that Kris Jenner is allegedly running. And the only reason it's taking this long is because the FBI are collecting evidence for a RICO. Looking photos of Brendan Paul snapped in a South Florida jail Monday are departure from the images shared on his public F-facing Facebook profile of life in the sphere of a celebrity. Miami-Dade police arrested the 25-year-old at the Miami airport as he was about to board a private jet with Sean Diddy Combs. Officers were working with Homeland Security when they found cocaine and marijuana-laced candy in Paul's bag, both felonies in Florida. Diddy was not arrested, but the hip-hop mogul and some of his associates, including Paul, are named in this explosive lawsuit filed by Diddy's former producer, Rodney Jones. Jones levels accusations of sexual assault, drug abuse, sex trafficking, and other crimes. Both Jones and Paul worked on Diddy's most recent album, which Paul celebrated on social media in September. Court documents include some of those social media photos of Paul and Diddy together. The lawsuit labels Paul as a mule who acquires and distributes drugs and guns. Lord Jamar even confirmed that Diddy is working with other major celebrities. Bad Boy Records was involved in covering up the abuse that Diddy was conducting, but they weren't the only ones. The ones providing them the drugs are equally as responsible. Everyone in Hollywood knew what was happening, but no one did anything to stop the yes. Do I believe there's people behind the scenes that are homosexuals that are pushing buttons? Yes. Yes. And that they want you to be down with there in order to push the button for you. Absolutely. And this is part of it. You just saw one of the gay mafia members. That's who he is? That's who Puffy is. He's one of the members of the mob. He's a mafia member, but he might not be Don Carl. He's not the Godfather. You see, he's not the Godfather. He's one of the heads of the families. You see, we have different families in this thing. We got Bad Boy. We got what do we have? Death Row over here. We have the different fan. We got Arista Records and Lefis, and these are the families in the mafia. You dig? Those record companies are like families. Allegedly, Kris doesn't see Kim as anything more than a ticket to fame. She even talked about changing her name to Kris Kardashian just so more people would recognize her. She's using her daughters as a stepping stone, and it's just creepy at this point. Some people have also pointed at how Kris keeps getting surgeries that make her look more and more like Kim. I call the manager usually, and I say, "Hey, it's Kris Kardashian." And you know, your name isn't Kris Kardashian though. I'm going to change my name back to Kardashian. Why? You haven't been that in over 24 years. I was that before you were that. I was the original Kardashian. I don't care if you were that. That's bizarre that you... Why don't you go back to your maiden name? It just doesn't sound right. Keep Kris Jenner. Don't you think that's insulting to your two daughters? If Bruce can change his name to Caitlyn, I think I'm good. None of this is a coincidence. Everything that happens in Hollywood has a reason. The fact that Kris has a crush, her daughter being involved with drugs, and now almost $10 million worth of nose candy being discovered in a shipment related to SKIMS. You can't keep ignoring this. Ways things are handled when it's not intentional. When things go smoothly, but they seem chaotic, that means there was forethought in a plan. Somebody, even if it looks like, yeah, Jenny Jackson just had a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, there's no such thing. Correct. I don't care who you blaming. I believe that somebody benefited. Yeah. So, In all of these situations, there's a business involved and there's real money involved and somebody's benefiting from this thing that looks like, oh, that just happened. Nah, no way, no way. It would be hard for a homeless guy to get into the Hollywood Bowl, let alone a homeless guy be able to rush the stage, and actually Kris is part of the reason why Kim can't keep a husband either. Kris sabotages her relationships, and she's the reason why everyone leaves. Kim was happy with Kanye, and if it wasn't for Kris, they would still have been together. I didn't mean it like that. I mean married her because she was one, not he didn't know. He understood that he wanted that. He said that. That's what he wanted to base his family. Have a good heart, though. I know what you're going to say. Don't you say it, Katt. Don't you say it. I'm going to move the conversation. If what I'm saying is not correct, then how does she end up with Pete Davidson? I mean, that happens all the time. And what if you weren't even good enough for Pete and he leaves you? What did that mean? The product was Kim is being controlled by Kris. And once you're under the control of the elites, they use you to trap other celebrities. According to Katt Williams, this network operates by using compromised stars as bait to lure in newcomers. These established figures, already bound by their own rituals, host or invite rising talent to exclusive gatherings like the infamous parties hosted by Diddy. Once at these events, young celebrities are pressured into the same humiliation rituals or caught in compromising positions that can be used as leverage. This creates a cycle where everyone can be controlled. Everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, like these guys, knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment. Has not existed throughout history, right? Yeah. I mean, if I was going to run some global power organization, I would try to co-opt every single leader, try to suck them in, offer support, bring them out to wherever I have my big-ass meetings, fly everybody in private jets, talk about the climate crisis. All organizations have to follow the same rules. Yeah, that's wild. Recruitment is an important facet of all light. We have to get some young global leaders. Well, understand this is the only reason that we can talk about these big Illuminati-like entities at this period of time is just because of time, like they aged out, like you can't get in new. So everybody got decrepit over there. Allegedly, Kris might also be using her access to drugs to force young celebrities to do things they don't want. Joe Rogan talked about how A in Hollywood is actually enabled by other established names. It's about Hollywood managers who manage kids. It's a racket, man. They're you kid from this groom and these kids, dude. These kids from Stranger Things. He just left his manager and they're alleging sexual abuse. They just left their agent. See if you can find that. Owen Benjamin, the curly hair kid. Oh, yeah. Owen Benjamin just put it on his Instagram today because Owen has been taking a lot of heat online because he said that a 3-year-old kid shouldn't be transgender and people giving him a hard time saying he's a bigot. Like, are you out of your mind when you're... What's up with this transgender Stranger Things actor dropped agent because of SE accused of sexual assault? Disney star follows suit? Jesus Christ, this is nuts, man. Watch an open secret and they tell they go through, dude. They pick their accusing people. It's for free. I think on Vimeo. You can watch it for free on Open Secret on YouTube or something. You know what Sturgill Simpson told me? He said the same thing exists in music. He said in music, there's a bunch of and music as the entertainment business all the way through music that what about this about music and movies and TV? It's about the whole entertainment business. Women and kids, mostly kids, and sometimes dudes. You know, Terry Crews said that he was attacked. Not attacked. Some dude grabbed his grab in front of some famous dude grabbed his. There are rumors that Kris might be transporting more than just nose candy. Jim Caviezel tried to reveal the truth and he was chastised for. It revealed that all celebrities use stem cells taken from young people to stay youthful. But we've seen this over and over again in the media. You said ivermectin is bad. That's listed under the NIH. Hydroxychloroquine is bad for us. That's listed under the NIH adrenochrome. That's not true. It's C9H93. This is a chemical compound that has been around in modern science since the 1930s. You can there's a synthetic form, And there's a regular natural form, which is caused by torturing little kids to get their adrenaline up, essentially, and then REM extracting it from them. When you sit and me, and so I brought this up a few years ago, and all of a sudden I was attacked by every media. Look it up. It's there. They absolutely went after me. And the next day, I never heard from my agency for 14 months. My lawyers let me go. My agency never called me after that. And essentially, I was done. And so when we go and do movies like this, you spend a great deal of time with agents, working with them. I didn't realize the connection, though, to my industry and to Epstein Island and all of that, but obviously there is. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this one is only getting darker. And if you want more videos exposing what Hollywood doesn't want you to see, subscribe to the channel Hollywood Buzz.